My daughter had a houseplant in her bedroom. It was an ivy plant, and this plant, it was withering. And so, as you may have your impulse be, so also was hers. It needs watering. It's a withering plant. It must need watering. But despite those efforts, the plant still ended up dropping all of its leaves and dying within a week. It's like, what's going on? How come this plant that seemed like it just needed water withered up and died? And my wife, the gardener that she is, discerned it actually was overwatered. It was giving this indication that it was underwatered and needed that, but in fact it had been overwatered and died. This provides an illustration for us, church, as we consider the exhortation for this morning to beware of your own heart. Beware of your own hearts. You see, our hearts, in the biblical imagery as that is used in Scripture of considering your heart, that's the central location of all of your decision-making faculties, the drive and desires that you have. Your heart, from how the Bible uses the term, is that control center of life. And your heart, it is like an ivy plant. It will indicate it wants one thing, but that thing that it wants, it very well may be your demise. It's saying, oh, I need to be watered, but in fact, that's the opposite of what it is that you need. The thing that your heart wants very well could be destructive, because your heart, it is deceptive, and it does not convey the true nature of the problem. A problem that is ultimately incurable on its own. We see this in the prophet Jeremiah, who writes, "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it?" That's the nature of our hearts, of your heart, of my heart. None understand fully the totality of someone else's inner self. I don't know you and all that controls you and drives you perfectly. And in fact, you don't even know you to that degree. Because you too are self-deceived by your own desires. And yet, how quick we can be when making a decision to say, well, I've got peace about this decision. Or, my conscience is clean in this matter. Friends, we need to be on guard and watch out of such things, that we look to our heart, look to our inner drive and desire and control center to make such assertions. We very well may be deceived by the wickedness, the incurableness, as it were, of our very own hearts. And we have to reckon with the reality that our inner voice is a habitual liar. That your heart, it all too often is like an ivy plant, conveying one thing, but actually needing another.